very good day here on Tuesday, and it's a good day, a very good day apparently. The futures are up, there is vaccine news, and the stock market is high on those vaccine news. Now, we talked about it yesterday that there's basically two big news that can influence the market, either bullish or bearish, which is vaccine news very bullish, which we can see this morning, or the bearish side, which would be the second wave. Now, it is the bullish side as of this day. Just don't forget that the current market is still a little bit of low volume trading, especially in this kind of short weeks. People are still on holidays, so the volumes on the stock market is not so big, which can result in either one direction, heavy trading. So small moves can actually make a big impact. So let's have a look what is news here. So we see the S&P 500 as of this morning. Maybe it's already later in the afternoon for you. Here it's noontime in Dubai, and if you are living more east, then it's maybe already afternoon, or if you're living more west, like in the US, then maybe it's very early morning or middle of the night. So let's have a look. So at S&P 500 is plus about almost 2%, guys. We cracked the 3,000 points mark. Okay, the Dow Jones is also thinking about crossing the 25,000 points mark, and the Nasdaq futures also almost 2% up with 9,583 points up. This is obviously because of those vaccine news, and those are more and more, let's say, present. I think that more and more of this news will become normal on us every single day, and therefore don't forget also to thumb up this live stream if you like it so far, and also this helps obviously the channel. So however, this vaccine news are very positive, obviously, because this will impact hugely the economy and would give us an opinion about that the V-shaped recovery is definitely possible if a vaccine news comes out and people or many people could be vaccinated by end of this year. This is the goal of many governments. That's why governments like US, and as of this morning news also that, you know, countries like Singapore contribute to this vaccine companies to make sure that their residents and people who live there gets the vaccines one of the first worldwide, because obviously as more people are vaccinated, then more of economy will get back to normal. Now I want to show you here one of the big news is that Oxford, the University of Oxford, is really working on one of these candidates, which is officially known as CHAdOX1. And, you know, this is basically, they are already in tests with some monkeys and so on, but they said it's disappearing so fast that, that they are having trouble to find volunteers for their studies. You know, this is obviously very very interesting to see that, you know, less and less people are about claiming to have or are identified to have the health crisis, you know, illness, and it seems that it's harder and harder for those companies that are producing those vaccines to get test people. You know, there's a kind of different phases. You know, in the different phases they're having more and more people getting this vaccine to test and see how are the side effects, how are the dosage, what is the perfect situation to receive these vaccines, and therefore, you know, they're having trouble. As of this morning, this is the breaking news here as well, that also definitely helping the market. And we have seen this kind of phenomena also in other health crises, that the thing just slowly disappears. But we shall see. We don't have any references or big, let's say, experience with that, right? I mean, so in such a huge scale of a health crisis we had the last time with the Spanish flu, so we don't have really a kind of metrics to apply here or a blueprint to apply here, and therefore obviously this kind of small but steady positive news is helping the market right now. So yeah, as you can see, the market is up. This is maybe a half an hour ago. I think the current status is also up. I believe that so I just checked it out. So the futures are still in those levels. So this is obviously very positive for those people who are long in the market. Another breaking news came from the US as well. So here broadcasted in CNBC that an American biotech company, Novavax, said Monday it started the first human study of its experimental vaccine. The company said it expects initial result on safety and immune responses in July already. Last week, another biotech company, we broadcasted this live. Obviously, Moderna reported positive developments on its vaccine trial where all 45 participants had developed antibodies. So as you can see, more and more in different areas and regions of the world, they are working, and it seems that more and more positive news comes up. So we're really hoping that this is the end of a huge unprecedented move that we all went in together. So I'm really happy that we're seeing this news all over the world. So we just have to have a little bit patience, and hopefully we will see a couple of more of this in the next couple of weeks when the trial results are there. So let's have a look. There's also, as you might know, there was the Virgin Orbit flight yesterday that didn't went as, or the mission was unfortunately not accomplished. So the rocket that was flew into high in the sky basically was released, but the rocket didn't flew as expected. So and even it seems Elon Musk was watching or seeing that and he said, sorry to hear that, orbit is hard, took us 4 attempts with Falcon Rocket 1. So as you know, the SpaceX back then almost went bankrupt if the 4th attempt didn't work well, and Virgin Orbit is or was the very first attempt to fly a rocket just that was basically attached to an airplane, Boeing 747 Cosmic Girl, how they call it as a project name. So so they wrote here, we appreciate that, Elon, we are exciting about the data we were able to get today. So it's very interesting, the space. It seems that there is some kind of collegium between Virgin Orbit, Elon Musk, Blue Origin maybe, and Virgin Galactic. As you know, I'm a shareholder in Virgin Galactic, and also I'm very interested what happened in this space. So we shall see how the overall market reacts to the overall situation. Virgin Galactic should not be that much affected, because again, this is 2 different companies, 2 different teams, 2 different shareholders, except that they're sharing the brand name. They don't have anything to do with each other, right? So so basically very interesting what happened as of this morning. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think something is important today, we definitely will have more content today as the long weekend ends. Finally, we are back on the stock market, and I'm very happy because those days without stock market are very boring days, I would say. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and thumb up the video. This would be highly appreciated, and I see you just in a bit.